FIDOO TV. I'm Rick from Ecologically. Come on in. I started Ecologically about 2 years ago after a 25-year career in the advertising industry, working with medium to large accounts. When it became very corporate, and I was kind of losing my interest and enthusiasm for working in that environment and promoting some of these brands. The idea for Ecologically originates from my background in fashion, and I like fashion. I think it's an important artistic expression, and it kind of defines who we are as a society in many ways, and just where we fit into the environment overall. And I saw a lot of these really amazing designers out there that were just doing really interesting things and using interesting materials to make pieces that weren't what you would traditionally think of as an eco-friendly product, where they're actually designing nice, contemporary, cutting-edge pieces. And my feeling was that a lot of them just were not promoting themselves well, and that they didn't really understand branding. And I thought that I could actually put together an organization that could not only help to brand these organizations or designers, but to actually do something that's good for the environment and good for society in general. So let's take a tour. This is where everything happens. That's our alarm system and security system. And she's actually quite harmless, but she sounds ferocious. So what is eco-friendly products? To us, we have a pretty specific criteria for this, and that is, and this might sound weird, but one of the key things is we only want to sell products that are beautiful, that are well designed, that would appeal to the consumer even if they weren't eco-friendly products. The second criteria is that the way that they're manufactured and the wages that the people are paid who are manufacturing them, that's very important to us, that they need to be paid a fair working wage and work under reasonable conditions and hours and actually get a day off. And a lot of manufacturers really don't pay any attention to that, or they only pay attention to it when they get busted, which you've seen many times where big companies will get caught, basically breaking U.S. labor laws. And that's something that we're very aware of and something that's really important to us, that we're responsible that way. And finally, we love products that are made out of reused materials and reclaimed materials that can be upused and that are just interesting. I mean, quite frankly, a lot of these things are very interesting. One of our designers, English Retreads, they actually use recycled truck tire tubes and inner tubes to make handbags. And if you look at the evolution of their handbags, it's really great. Their first bags were messenger bags, which were somewhat crude. And if you look at the pieces now, they look like really high-end stuff that you'd find on Rodeo Drive with polished black inner tubes as the base material for them. And it's actually very exciting when you see these. So one of the things that I find really interesting about what's going on in this environment and the eco-aware, in the minds of the eco-aware consumer, is that there's really no definition for what is eco-friendly. And you can talk to 10 people and they'll have 10 different definitions. And we're taking the vantage point that there's a middle ground to this, and we can't force things on people that they're not ready for. But at the same time, we can encourage them to make better purchasing habits, or to change their purchasing habits, and that ultimately that this is a progression. It's not going to happen overnight, and that the way that we think to do this is by selling great products that people want, that they would want even if they weren't eco-friendly. Thanks for stopping by our place. Find your fashion at FIDOO.com.